Good morning. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. That is a quote by Bertram Thomas about the horrors of war. Recently, North Korea has sent 10,000 troops and continues to provide artillery to bolster Russia's eastward push. Since this, Ukraine has lost 5% more land, and NATO has ramped up aid over $20 billion. The impact on North Korea entering the fray in this war has changed the landscape. As we now no longer fight war as we traditionally have in past generations, we now fight wars on high-tech supply chains. Who can build the most drones the fastest? Who can build the most artillery the fastest? Whose industrial base is the strongest? And that will eventually overrun. It worked great for America during World War II. Our industrial base went to work. Our women went to work in factories. We had more boats, we had more firepower, we had more ammunitions. In the Pacific, this was seen as a great advantage, as our naval ships could pummel enemy islands, softening up the Japanese for our Marines to take the shore. Abroad, we had much larger, many more tanks than the Germans. And there is an economy to war. Although the German tanks in World War II were considered better, for every one German tank, we had 3 Bradleys. And a German tank may have been worth 2, but it was not worth 3. So we won on our economies of scale. So as North Korea joins this war fully, we are reminded that they have the 4th largest standing army in the world. They are a militarized dictatorship that has immense capacity for industry, especially if they get plugged into Russian resources like natural gas, like liquefied natural gas that is easier to ship to them. So yes, North Korea joining Russia does matter. What we do on the West matters as well. The policies of the left that have championed green energy and getting rid of coal plants has left Europe exposed to Russia. It has weakened our industrial plant to the point where you can be a conquered people. I don't know about you, but I would much rather be a free person with a dirty energy supply than a conquered country with a clean one. So Europe right now is considering reversing and reindustrializing. Germany is in talks to pass one of their largest military and infrastructure spending bills yet to date. And the West should welcome this, as a strong Europe deters threats and builds prosperity. We must not forget what the world is. There has always been war. Borders continue to be redrawn. And if there cannot be a diplomatic settlement, there will be fighting. We must keep encouraging the progress that we have made in trying to reach a diplomatic end. As recently, Marco Rubio, our Secretary of State, and the Trump team, has initiated a ceasefire for the Black Sea. Yes, there's still fighting going on land, but at least we are talking. We are continuing to pursue diplomatic channels to try and end this war. This war that's put industrialized might on both sides. The industrial might of Russia, North Korea, and a lot of Chinese supplies are fighting against the Western supply of the United States and Europe. This United States and Europe supply, right, has been hollowed out. As America's manufacturing, we have learned that our manufacturing base has largely left and gone elsewhere as we became a service-based economy. So yes, we are more vulnerable than we are before, but we are starting to manufacture again. Europe is starting to manufacture again. So the tide of this war is still turning. If the West can reverse some of its policies, our industrial might, even with North Korea, will far outweigh anything Russia, North Korea, and China can provide. China must be looked at as a friend and steered away from Russia. It is time to connect Russia back to Germany and keep China separate. If China continues with their aggressive policies towards their Taiwan and whatnot, we must keep Russia away. Russia resources should not fuel Chinese aggression either. The world remains a complicated place, but I am confident we can figure it out. Thank you.
30 seconds left.